Okay, let's talk about a pretty wild idea. What if I told you that hitting a net worth of 1 crore, that's 10 million rupees, isn't some 30-year life plan anymore? Today, we're going to break down how a 3-year timeline is not just a fantasy, but actually a real strategic possibility.
For as long as we can remember, we've been told the same story. Building wealth is slow, it's patient, it takes decades of saving every penny. But what if that whole story is just plain wrong now?
Because honestly, they are. The financial playbook our parents and grandparents followed, it's officially out of date. The world has done a complete 180, and the strategies for getting ahead have totally transformed right along with it.
Right, so let's get into it. We live in a world that is, let's be honest, masterfully designed to get us to spend our money. But here's the flip side. That very same world also offers these incredible, unprecedented opportunities to earn money. And that shift in focus is everything. Just think about it for a second. Your phone is buzzing with sales notifications, the cost of everything keeps going up. Trying to save money feels like you're constantly playing defense, just trying not to lose ground. The new game, it's all offense. It's about aggressively focusing on jacking up your income because the potential to earn has literally never been bigger.
And that brings us to maybe the single most important new rule of all. It's time to completely change how we think about learning skills.
We've all had this drilled into our heads, right? The famous 10,000-hour rule. The idea that it takes something like 8 years of your life, part-time, to get good enough at something to actually make real money from it.
But here's the thing everyone misses. That rule was based on fields like becoming a concert violinist or a neurosurgeon. For the kinds of high-value digital skills that run our economy now, we're talking coding, video editing, digital marketing, that 10,000-hour timeline is it's completely irrelevant. And this slide just lays out the new math perfectly. So, take a good video editor. To hit 1 crore, they need to do about 1,000 videos at 10,000 rupees a pop. You do the math, that's around 5,000 hours of work. That's half of that mythical 10,000 hours, and totally doable in 3 years, just working a normal 8-hour day. So here's the real kicker. The key takeaway. You don't need 8 years. You can get to a professional money-making level in a skill like video editing in just 400 to 500 hours of focused work. The barrier to start earning has absolutely plummeted. Okay, so the next rule is all about what's going on up here in your head. It's about finding that sweet spot between moving with incredible speed but doing it in a way that you don't just crash and burn.
I love this idea from Elon Musk. Basically, if you give yourself a ridiculously short deadline, you force your brain to throw out all the slow, normal ways of doing things. You're forced to innovate. Now, will you hit the goal in 6 months? Probably not, but you'll be so much further along than if you'd given yourself 10 years.
And what this really means is you have to start questioning all those limiting beliefs we carry around. That little voice that says, oh, you're too old for that, or no, that's too risky. Most of that is just outdated advice that doesn't apply anymore. You've got to challenge it. Now this slide, this is so important because it explains why most people quit. See, we think progress should be a straight line, but it's not. In the beginning, you put in a ton of effort for almost no visible results. That's the valley of disappointment. And knowing it's coming is the key to pushing through to the other side, where things really take off. So how do you keep that urgent pace without flaming out? First, simplify your life. Stop wasting brainpower on small decisions. Automate them. Second, just persist. Know that the early struggle is part of the deal. And honestly, most importantly, you have to actually enjoy the process. If you hate it, this won't work. Find someone else. All right, this next rule shows how that amazing power of compounding doesn't just work for your bank account. It works for your skills too. It's all about how tiny daily efforts stack up into something massive. You've probably heard about getting 1% better every day. It sounds great, and the results are insane, a 37 times improvement in a year. But let's be real, 1% every single day is tough. So what if we aimed for just 0.1% improvement? A tiny, almost unnoticeable step. Well, as you can see, even that little bit adds up to a 44% improvement over a year. The secret is just to keep moving forward. So how do you actually apply that 0.1% rule? It's simple. Just think about your skills in these 3 buckets. Every day, spend a little time getting just a tiny bit better at your main money-making skill, learn something new that's related to it, and work on your people skills.
It's a balanced diet for unstoppable career growth.
Okay, so we've got the new rules, we've got the right mindset. Now for the big question. What do you actually do? Let's talk about the concrete paths you can walk down, starting right now.
First things first, let's just ground ourselves in the financial goal. A really simple target to remember is the 20-20 rule. If you invest 20,000 rupees a month for 20 years, you'll get there. Now, the whole point of this 3-year playbook is not to wait 20 years. It's to build an income machine today that lets you hit and blow past that investment goal, getting you to financial freedom way, way faster.
So here it is. There are basically 3 main roads you can take, and it all comes down to how much risk you're comfortable with. You've got path 1, full-on entrepreneurship. Super high risk, but also the highest potential reward. Path 2 is the agency model, much lower risk, where you're the middleman connecting people. And then path 3, the hybrid. You master a skill, make great money, and then you funnel that money into smart investments.
Look, we can talk about this all day, but none of it means anything without action. So we're going to leave you with one simple question. Forget about next week or even tomorrow. What is the one, tiny, 0.1% improvement you are going to make happen today?